This is Dave Pentecost at the East Village Planetarium. You're looking at a shot of some of our VDMX and Syphon friends, and I'm going to show you how to use Unity 5 with Syphon to get clips from VDMX into Unity. And I'm going to show you how to get 3 separate feeds of Syphon by making 3 separate materials with 3 Syphon shaders in Unity. So first of all, where do we get our Syphon materials? Get them from the GitHub repository, Syphon/Unity3D. This is what you'll find. Click up here on the top on releases, find the most recent release, and download that, the Syphon Unity plugin. And that's a zip file. I've already downloaded that. I've already unzipped it, so I have a folder out here ready when we need it. So let's open up Unity 5. And the cool thing about Unity 5 is that it gives you render to texture, which was a pro feature. Now it's provided in the free version. So let's see how we use that with Syphon now that Unity 5 is free for what we want to do with it. So let's make a new project, create the project. It's just here now on the desktop. I'm going to go back to a regular 2x3 layout, and I'm going to set this up just with a very simple scene. Let's set up a plane, call that floor, give it a name, floor, and go in on it a little bit. We don't have too many assets in this new version here, so let's bring in a package. Let's bring in a characters package. There are some new standard packages that come with Unity 5. One of them is characters. I'm going to bring that in. And the reason is I like to throw some of these Syphon textures onto a character, and it just looks great when the surface is animated. And it's an idea that I picked up from some other Unity Syphon friends of ours. Give them some credit. And so now we have some assets. Let's adjust this a little bit. And we can go to standard assets, characters, third person character. Let's keep opening it up. Third person character models. There's Ethan. Let's drag him in. And let's click on the camera and go to game object, align with view, so our game view looks the same as our scene view. All right, now we want to do some setup. And what we're going to want to do is first let's create a folder of Syphon materials. And you'll see why we need that in just a moment. And in that folder, let's make a material, call it Syphon Mat 1. I can also create by right-clicking in the area, the assets area, make another one. Syphon Mat 2. Syphon Mat 3. All right, let's bring these back so we can see them as items here. All right, so we have these 3. If we look in shaders, we don't see anything that says Syphon yet. That's because we haven't brought in our Syphon materials. Let's do that next. So under assets, import package. This is a custom package that we have on our desktop. There it is. Make sure you're looking for the one that says Unity package. And we'll import all of that. And that gives us everything in the proper folders in Unity so it works the way we want it to. It's going to alert us that there's an API update required. This is pretty automatic. It's been pretty reliable as I've seen. So we don't need to make a backup. This is brand new. Go ahead. It'll think about it a moment, spin a little bit, and it's updated whatever we just put in there. So in the resources, we now have all the Syphon shaders. We're going to need those for the materials. In the plugins folder, we have the Syphon textures. And for most things that I've done, all that I've needed was either a client texture or a server texture. Let's go ahead and drop those textures on the camera. We put a server texture. We don't need to enter anything in here. We're going to want to have a texture on the Ethan body, a client texture, and we're going to do VDMX 5 for the app. We're going to call the feed, actually, the Syphon feed from VDMX. That one we'll call Ethan. The floor, we're also going to drop a client texture, VDMX 5. And floor. Sorry for the repetition here, but it's really worth it to see how you get multiple materials, multiple textures here. And then the last one, let's click back on glasses, drop this in, VDMX 5 glasses. Okay, but we don't have the proper shaders yet, and it's given the shader that is on there some strange names. So let's go back, Ethan body. Let's find our materials. Let's drop Syphon material 1 on Ethan body. And this time, when we open up shaders, we see the Syphon shaders. So I'm going to pick 3 different shaders. You need to pick 3 different shaders, which is why we made 3 different materials. Okay, so Ethan body has material 1, has 1 shader. Floor gets material 2, gets a different shader. This one I'm going to give transparent diffuse 2. And the glasses get that material and get a 3rd shader. And let's give it vertex lit. You can play around with these shaders and see what they do. So let's just double check Ethan body, floor, diffuse 2, glasses, vertex lit. And let me look at my client texture setup. VDMX 5 Ethan, VDMX 5 floor, VDMX 5 glasses. Any typo in there and you're not going to get what you expect. Okay, so everything is set up here. Let's put this aside. Let's open VDMX. The first thing that we want to see in VDMX is we want to go to Plugins and Workspace Inspector, pick Syphon Output. Now we have a pane that is going to keep track of what things we're feeding out to Syphon clients. And let's go back to layers and make 3 layers and name them the same names as our items that we want to have Syphon on. Ethan, floor, oops, more than I needed, glasses. Okay, keep it simple. So now those 3 are appearing in our Syphon pane. Let's make sure that they are clicked so that they are actually feeding out in Syphon feeds. I have some clips here. I can drop those over here. And now Ethan. Well, no. Let's make the floor be there. Let's make Ethan have his own texture, and the glasses have one that's a little different. All right, so we have 3 layers, all named the same in Unity as here, all clicked on down here in Syphon output. Now let's see if I did everything right. This is playing. One last thing I want to do is go to, in Unity, go to File, Build Settings. Down here, click on Player Settings. And make sure over on this side that you click Run in Background, because that's going to allow you to switch VDMX in order to switch different things into your Syphon textures in Unity. If you don't do that, then Unity's just going to stop whenever you try to use another app. Okay, so let's close this and let's see if I got it right. Maximize on play. Let's play it. And I have 3 different textures there. It's a little hard to see, but his glasses do have a different texture. So that's how we did that. Let's put that aside while it keeps running, and we can click on VDMX and we can actually change our textures. So there we go. Live Syphon from VDMX to Unity 5. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you in the planetarium sometime.